Hi friends, please subscribe my channel for technical training and placement related videos. And if you want more updates on my videos, please click on bell icon. Thank you for subscribing.
Hi friends, welcome to Elevate Training Solutions. Today we are going to see last part of the control structures. The last class we have seen how while loop will work, what is the purpose of break and what is the purpose of continue. We have seen. So today class we are going to see how for loop will work. Right? What is the purpose of the for loop and how for loop is different from the for while loop. So all the things are learned today. We'll learn in the today class. Right? See, is a define it. It is a define it. When you have a set of items, or when you have a, this is a very elegant. Please remember the while loop is when you compare the C, Python has a very elegant, means very powerful, very powerful. When you have a define it, C, when you have a group of C, the group of friends are there. If you want to access the name by name, then simply write that for friend in friends means the first value is comes to here, and like that means no need to write any increment, decrement, or no indexes. Nothing is required here. It simply write that this is called as a definite loop. It's called as a definite loop. Simply just use that as is simply called as a list. We'll learn all the things. Okay, na? So list by if you access the dictionaries or tuples by using it for loop, we can access all the collections list apples dictionaries by using the for loop definite loop by using the definite loop. See how it will work and what is the output of this program. See friends is the list, right? It showed that Joseph, Glenn and Sally. If you run this program for friend in friends means first Joseph is comes to in friend and it goes to print. After that, again it goes to here. When it goes to here, by default, no need to use any increment. By default, the interpreter move to here, moves to here. After that, it comes to moves to here until end of the loop. Until end of the loop. End of the loop. Please remember. So no need to do anything here. Simply it can process. It can process. Is this clear? Is this clear? Is always a definite loop. Definite loop are used to handle the collections. Collections means like if you want to access a list or if you want to access a tuples, if you want to access a dictionaries, go for the definite loops. Is this clear? So loop and patterns. See, initializing a one or more variables before the loop starts. Performing some computations in each and every loop body. Looking the results of variables when the loop completes. So this is the suppose if you assign a count equal to 0, now you're going to count the how many values are there, how many values in the given list, right? So you need to count the how many values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are there, right? So what it is going to do? It repeats how many times? How many values are there? That many times it repeats. If you want that count, if you want that count the values, you simply use the count equal to 0 every time the loop is true. How many times the loop is goes to true? Means how many times the loop is goes to comes to here? How many values? First it comes to 3, 41, 12, 9, 71, 15 means so count value is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It means the 6 is the output. 6 is the output. Is this clear? You want to print count the values, right? And this is a small program, and we have one range function is also there. And range function is also there. I'll tell you how the range function is work. See, for example, I want to repeat the loop same n equal to 5, right? I want to repeat the 5 times loop. I mean, I want to print my name 5 times, right? For that situation, for I in range is a function. Please remember, range is a function. It prints So n means by default the list is created like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So range of n means by default it creates a range from 0 to, by default the value is takes a 0. This is clear? By default the range function. We'll see very clear in the next class how range will work. So up to now we'll just see that what is the range, and I'll show you the practical how range will work. How range will work, right? So this is the range function. This is a range function. We'll see all this on the practicals. First, we'll see practicals and come for the exercises. Come back for the exercises, right? Same program. Yes. For example, what is the program we are going to do here? Right? So, see, you just take that list. You take the one list. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, right? So this is the define it, right? Define it, right? For I in X. That's all. You just print I. Let us see what is the output of this program. It's very simple, right? You didn't use any increment, decrement, or nothing you used. It's a definite loop. It is a definite loop. It's a definite loop. For example, the same factorial program, you know that factorial very well, right? So you want to find the factorial of given number. So for example, x value is 5, right? Fifth factorial, find out share. I want to know the fifth factorial. So first let us see. I said that range is a function, right? Range of x, right? You know the same result, f equal to f into I. Sorry, f value initially 1, right? So after that, what I said that the value is goes to by default increment by increment, right? By default it goes to increment, right? By default it goes to increment, right? So f equal to f into I. See, let us see what is the output here. Wow, why it is written 0? The reason is, please remember, the range function starts with 0. That is why it goes to the value is 0, because anything is multiplied with 0 is 0, right? So that is why should initialize the byte value is 1. Then see what is the output here. 24. Remember, the range function, it starts with the initial value 2 x minus 1. But if you want to perform, that means 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. But what about the 5? 5 is missing, right? Means n value is 4 only. So to overcome that, you just make it the value is 1. Then see what is the output. Right? Got it? So range function, always the range function, remember, always the range function starts with 0 to n minus 1. To overcome that, we can use accordingly. Right? Is this clear? So now I'm going to show you one thing. How range function will work. How it will work. See, for example, x equal to, list of range of 10. See, if you print x value, so 0 to 9, so 10, what I said, right? For example, sir, if I want to print the data the reverse order, means 10 to 0 means again the same. 0 means it doesn't, if you want to print 0, you go for the -1. Then see it will print 0 also. In the reverse order, right? Range function, remember the range function is, so by default here the value is, this is the, if you want negative means, I mean decrement, see where you want to store the value and where you want to move the value. Okay na? So if you want to decrement means you should use a -1. See, if you use a plus, again it goes to wrong, right? So when it is a 0, please remember, when it is in, when you put a 1 here, how it is treated there? So -1, like that it will treat. Condition false, right? Initially the condition is false, but when you write a -1 means, so it will treat the statement is like this. So is a negative is for, so, sorry, -1, right? So 1 means it's a positive, so it is for negative. That is the difference. For the negative, for the positive it is going to use a less than, for greater than, for the negative, for the negative. See, is this clear? Negative means until the condition is true. See, initially value is 10, right? So 9 greater than -1, condition true, right? So 8 greater than -1, condition true, right? 7 greater than -1, and 6 greater than -1, and 5 greater than -1, and 4 greater than -1, and 3 greater than -1, and 2 greater than -1, and 1 greater than -1, 0 greater than -1, and -1 greater than -1. Condition false means it prints 0 to, so 10 to 0, right? So remember, when it is a positive, when it is a negative, it is going to take the, so this value is, simply you can take that is x and y. For example, x is greater than y. Please note this is the n value, right? So for example, I'm going to create a formula. Please note in this range of x comma y, right? Positive, negative, or positive. Two things are there, right? When it is a positive, how it evaluate, right? X is greater than y until the condition is true. Negative means x is greater than y. Okay na? So till the conditions are false. Is this clear? Okay na? So this is the way the range function will work. See, now we're going to solve the exercise. What is the exercise? Rewrite your program. Computations already we did in the last class, right? So here your program computation to give the employees 1.5 times the hourly rate, hours worked above 40 hours. Please note this: who work more than 40 hours, who will work more than 40 hours, they will get 1.5 times. 1.5 times means extra. This is clear? Extra work. So 40 hours the same rate. This is the 5 hours extra, right? So for the 5 hours extra, you need to get the 1.5 extra time, extra amount. See, let us see the program. So enter hours, right? So 45 hours, 10 hours, and the pay is 47.0. See, let us see first what is that hours, right? H equal to int or float, whatever it may be, you can take that. H is okay. Okay, na? Next pay, how much they need to pay. So based on your data type, you can take that either a integer or float as your wish, right? Generally, you can perform H into, so total equal to, generally total equal to, you can perform like that. But here you need to perform one more thing is, you need to check that if hours are greater than 40, if hours are greater than 40, means the hours which those are greater than 40, you simply go for the extra payment, right? So for the first 40 hours, the same payment, right? So T equal to same amount, right? T equal to first initially, what is that? Hour into hour means 40 hours, right? Initially 40 into P plus extra. So what is it? How many extra? H minus 40. That is hours you need to subtract, right? So suppose 45, right? So here 45, right? 45, 40 you calculated here. 5 hours extra, right? 45. No, 40 hours for the same payment. Same payment. For extra 5 hours, we need to pay 1.5 extra. So for that purpose, after I'm getting a 5, simply P into 1.5. 1.5. Else means there is a less than that. So simply, total equal to P into H. Sorry, small p, right? H into P. Print total. Now see what is the output here. 45 and 10. Is this clear? How we calculated this value? Our task is, see. Now I'm going to change this one. See, if your hours are 40 greater than or equal to 40, so greater than 2 hours on it. For example, the hours are less than or equal to 40. Oh, sorry. 40 greater than or equal to hours greater than or equal to 60. You need to give the 1.5, right? For example, 60 less than or equal to hours less than or equal to 80. You need to give the 2. If hours are 80 less than or equal to hours less than or equal to 100, you need to give the 2.5. So if hours are greater than 100, sorry, hours are greater than 100, then you go for the 3 rupees 3 times. Okay, na? Solve this problem and put it in the comment. Definitely I'll help you how to solve this problem, right? So next, one more program here I have given. See, just solve this problem. If the grade is greater than, already you have seen in the chained if statement, right? By using chained if statement, you can solve this problem, right? If you solve this problem, then only you'll understand the remaining things. If you have any errors or anything, you just put it in the comment. I will correct your code. So next, one more program. See, already we have done this program. So you using done, you need to stop the program and you need to continue the program, right? Same program we have solved this problem. This is clear, right? So if you have any problem, you just go to the last classes, and still you have any problem, just put it into the comment. Definitely I will help you to learn the Python language. So my aim is to everyone should learn the programming language. Okay, thank you.
Hi friends, please subscribe my channel for technical training and placement related videos. And if you want more updates on my videos, please click on bell icon. Thank you for subscribing.